Hey everyone! Before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you would do if you were in my shoes. It started with a text that I'll never forget. I was sitting at my desk late at night, scrolling through my phone when her message popped up. "We need to talk." I didn't mean for it to go this far. My heart sank. My wife, the woman I'd trusted with everything, sending a message like this at 11 p.m.? I stared at it, hoping I was misreading, that this was some strange, innocent explanation. But deep down, I knew I was stepping into something I wasn't ready to face. For weeks before that night, things had felt off. Small things at first, missed calls, a phone she left face down more often than before, the sudden defensiveness when I asked who she was texting. I told myself I was imagining it, that I was being paranoid. After all, we had been married 5 years, built a home together, shared laughter, tears, late night talks about nothing, and dreams about everything. There was no reason to doubt her. And yet, that text, it planted a seed I couldn't ignore. I tried to shake it off, reasoning, maybe she stayed late at work, maybe she's stressed. But then came the weekend. She said she was meeting a friend for dinner, an old college friend. Only, I noticed her car wasn't in the driveway when I came home early. She had left before I did, she claimed, but the timing didn't make sense. I found myself questioning myself first. Am I crazy? Am I overreacting? But then, the details I couldn't ignore started piling up. The lipstick on the collar of her favorite sweater, the faint scent of a perfume that wasn't hers lingering in our bedroom, the unusual secrecy when she got texts. I hated that I noticed these things, hated that I doubted her, but I couldn't help it. The anxiety was eating me alive. And that's when I found the spare key. We had a key under the mat, a precaution for emergencies. I never thought to use it for anything else. But something in me snapped one quiet Thursday night. I walked into our house, expecting it to be empty. At first, everything seemed normal. But then I noticed the subtle changes. The wine glasses she swore she had cleaned were stacked unevenly, her laptop open with a chat thread minimized in the corner, her favorite scarf draped over the back of a chair that wasn't hers. I couldn't ignore it. I clicked the chat open. My stomach dropped. The conversation wasn't just flirtatious. It was intimate, filled with jokes I didn't understand, and confessions I wasn't supposed to hear. My hands shook as I scrolled through more messages, more evidence. And then the picture came, a snapshot of her and him, smiling, leaning too close for anyone's comfort. Everything hit me at once. The nights she claimed were just long at work, the sudden urgency to leave for meetings, the casual kisses that suddenly felt rehearsed. The betrayal wasn't some vague suspicion anymore. It was a cold, undeniable reality. She lied about just one night. This wasn't a mistake. This was repeated, calculated deception. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I just sat there, my chest tight, eyes burning, as memories twisted into lies. The way she laughed at my stupid jokes, the late-night talks we shared, even the plans for the next summer. I questioned everything. Could I trust anything she said again? Could I even trust myself for believing her? When she came home that night, I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I let silence stretch between us like a chasm. I watched her, searching her face for guilt, for regret, for anything that might make sense of this mess. And eventually it came. She confessed, tears streaking her cheeks, voice shaking as she tried to explain. She said she didn't want to hurt me, that it just happened and it meant nothing. Her words hit me like a hammer. Everything meant something. Everything had a weight, and she had thrown it away. I realized in that moment that love wasn't enough. Trust wasn't enough when it had been fractured so deeply. I could feel the heartbreak settling into my bones, heavy and unrelenting. But underneath it, a clarity I hadn't felt in months began to grow. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. I wanted honesty, even if it hurt. The next few weeks were brutal. Conversations that used to bring warmth were now edged with suspicion. Every shared memory became a question mark. I had to let go, not because I didn't love her, but because I needed to respect myself enough to stop living in someone else's lies. When I finally left, I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I walked out quietly, carrying my dignity with me. The pain was raw, but it was mine. And in that quiet, I felt a strange liberation, the freedom to rebuild, to trust myself again, to believe that life could be honest and good, even if it hurt like hell for a while. If you've ever faced betrayal, you know it's not just about what they did. It's about what you allow yourself to accept. I chose myself. That doesn't mean I hate her. It means I refuse to live in a life built on lies. And maybe one day, I'll forgive. But for now, I have the strength to stand, to breathe, and to begin again. So, what would you do if you found out your spouse lied about everything? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button to join me as we dive into more real, raw stories that will make you question, cry, and sometimes find hope in heartbreak.